morning, and thank you for joining us here at the Iowa Hall of Pride. Isn't this a wonderful facility? It's an opportunity to showcase the extraordinary accomplishments of Iowans, and we're really proud to have this great facility in our state. It's a great setting for this morning's announcement. I'm pleased to be here with Jack Lasher, who's director of the Iowa Hall of Pride. Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds is away. I'm really on family business with her husband today. Jack and I are here together because Iowans share a commitment to helping young people act responsibly and treat others with respect. Those are core values that shape the culture that we're so proud of here in Iowa. That's why I'm pleased to announce that Lieutenant Governor Reynolds and I will host the second Governor's Bullying Prevention Summit on Monday, November 4th at Hy-Vee Hall here in Des Moines. The purpose of the summit is to explore practical next steps to better address the pervasive problem of bullying. The first Governor's Bullying Prevention Summit in November 2012 focused on the fact that schools alone can't stop bullying. It takes the entire community working together. Many places have been working to do just that for some time. But it is clear that we still have a lot of work to do. The 2012 Iowa Youth Survey reported that 57% of students said that in the last 30 days they'd been bullied at school in various ways. That was up from 50% in 2010. Growing awareness that bullying should not be tolerated may be behind this increase, as well as new challenges presented by the internet and social media. Nevertheless, the increase is alarming. This second summit will include sessions on how adults can make a difference and how students can make a difference. We'll explore what makes a good legal policy, plus other kinds of assistance that can be provided to schools that need to better deal with bullying. Our keynote speaker is Emily Branstad, who is the author of Sticks and Stones, Defeating the Culture of Bullying and Rediscovering the Power of Character and Empathy. The summit will also feature student speakers and panelists. Now, here's a sign that tells about Mission Possible, Stepping Up the Response, and this is the video contest, and we're opening this to all schools to put together a video on this subject. So we're very excited about that. This video contest, I want to also note that the Hall of Pride is sponsoring the contest and supporting the summit in other ways. So we deeply appreciate the support and help we're getting from the Hall of Pride. Each school is invited to submit a video. The video should reflect this theme: Mission Possible. Mission Possible. Stepping up the response. Videos should show how schools and communities have created or are creating campaigns to stop bullying, because everyone deserves to feel safe and be supported at school. More details are available on the Summit website. The Summit website is preventbullying.iowa.gov. Registration for the summit opens on August 26th. You may recall that last year's summit sold out, drawing 1,100 adults and students. So we'd encourage people to sign up when it opens on August 26th. We hope this year's summit will draw another big audience, because it will take all of us working together to defeat bullying. And now it's my pleasure to turn the podium over to Jack Lasher.
Thanks, Governor. We're delighted to host the...
This is, by the way,
Yeah.
and everybody will get one of these t-shirts as well as one. $50
I saw you in a T-shirt at the fair, didn't I?
Always have that. Listen, I got a bunch of t-shirt. There's a new one out, you know. After they defaced the butter cow, and I think they sold 3,000 of this yellow t-shirt. 6,000. Well, it's now up to 6,000. They have them on the day already. But 6,000 of the
Butter cow security.
butter cow security.
Right.
Yeah, I saw kids wearing those last night at the fair.
Yes. Well, we are, the Iowa Hall of Pride is delighted to host the governor's press conference, and we're excited to be working with them on the second bullying summit. In our opinion, there couldn't be a better place to host this press conference than the Iowa Hall of Pride. The vision of the Iowa Hall of Pride started 17 years ago with a gentleman named Bernie Sago, who was the executive director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And we are a project of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. We could not be here, we could not do what we do without their support. And so we just want everybody to know that this is what we do. We host field trips. We have thousands of field trips. We've been open 8.5 years. We've hosted thousands of field trips and thousands of kids that come to the Hall of Pride and get a new appreciation for what Iowa is all about. They tour this facility, and there are 47 interactive exhibits that highlight all of the activities that high school students participate in to make them better people. That's really why we do these things. And it's from wrestling to choir to show choir to stage band to basketball to all of these things. And I would encourage all of you to go around when you are done with the press conference and just take a look at this. It's amazing. And we've also done interviews with outstanding Iowans. Governor Branstad, Sal Junta, Harrison Barnes, Simon Estes, all of these people have video interviews here. And so this is just a part of it. 4 years ago, we started this project called Pride Academy, and it's an outreach that we take out to the schools across the state, mostly targeted at high schools and middle schools, but we go out and we talk to them about leadership and about making good decisions and about school spirit and about citizenship and about being compassionate with all kids in their school. And we are lucky and fortunate to have two of our staff people here today that do this. 4,000 kids last year were involved in this. Chad Ellsbury and Shelley Johnson, these folks right here, go out to these schools. They sometimes it might be a conference of schools that come to a school, but they do these activities that just make these kids think about how they can be better students, how can they be better leaders at their school. And it's not these guys just talking to them. They're doing interactive activities, and they're letting the kids put puzzles together and to see how they fit into the overall plan. So the Pride Academy, the Iowa Hall of Pride, and the governor's office are all coming together to make a renewed effort to let kids know this is a prevalent problem. Kids are aware of it. The bullying situation is something that's on the front burner. So the Pride Academy
think this second Bullying Prevention Summit will be just another opportunity to further perfect and improve on the legislation we think that can make a difference to help give schools the tools they need. Right. Well, we're going to take a look at that. One of the problems I think that's changed is because of social media. It used to be a lot of the bullying took place on the school grounds and school buses, whether in the classroom or hallway or whatever. And now a lot of this happens over the social media. And yet the schools have to deal with the repercussions of that, even though it happened off of the school property. And so that's one of the more difficult issues that schools have to deal with. We also think the community needs to be involved. Parents can play a very key role in this, and also the community itself, and the community showing its support for the children and for the schools can be very critical in this being successful. Suicide can be one of the unfortunate things that can occur as a result of depression. Now, I actually served on a advisory group for Columbia University several years ago on the whole issue of suicide caused by depression. children, and we have both children that are children in need of assistance and also delinquents that are at this facility. But I want to make sure that their safety is protected, that they get the education that they deserve, and that we prevent child abuse occurring at these facilities. Well, of course, I will cooperate. First of all, well, yes, that's my mode has always been to work with and cooperate with the legislature. That's why we've been so successful in getting things accomplished. But I don't think we should wait. I believe as the chief executive I have a responsibility to take